Welcome to an episode of Baby Daddy Chronicles. It is I, it is he, it is your future favorite baby dad D, right? And today, it's just me, man. Once again, man, another solo episode with your boys. You see, man, I'm just getting off of work. I ain't got my normal attire on, but y'all peep the chain, though? Do y'all peep the chain? For people, this is going to be video. So, be on the lookout for that. Don't know how long this is going to be because I still got to go somewhere after this. But, kids are in school, right? The kids officially went back to school, and with the kids officially going back to school, right? I wanted to talk about today. I saw something happen with a friend and her child, and I kind of wanted to touch on it. Parents, how do you react when your child gets into a fight, right? How do you react when your kid gets into a fight? Before we get started, man, I'm good. My mental health is good. I'm solid. I can't complain on that aspect. But how do you react, right, when your child gets into a fight? Before I get into that, I could tell you my mom would always be like, tell the teacher. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be that parent because sometimes I feel like you need to beat a kid's ass for these kids to understand that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one. So, yeah. I want to read the scenario out to you, and then after that, I'll get into it. So, a friend of mine, right, had called me. Well, she had texted me saying that her son got into a fight. I call him Fatty. That's his nickname. I'm going to read you the scenario. He was talking to his friend on the school bus, joking about kids and stuff. And then this big fat boy, who was about 8 or 9, came to her son and said, why y'all talking about me? Fatty, which is the kid who which is her son, has said, boy, ain't nobody talking about you, this boy. And then the child hit her son in the eye and the mouth. And her son said, that didn't even hurt. My glasses protecting my eyes anyway, so I don't have a black eye. Then he punched the boy in the eye, face, chest, and stomach, and didn't stop until he gave up. They got off the bus where she was waiting. The boy ran home crying, said he was going to call his people. Her son said, and I'm going to call my people, call your mama. I'm tough. I'll beat her up too. He defended himself physically, and she congratulated him and assured he wasn't in trouble, but also told him it's not nice to joke. It's not nice to talk about people joking or not. He can hurt people's feelings. He understood, and he said, I was going to be his friend, but I'll pass. All right. Right. I think the son handled that situation perfectly. If that was my son, I would have told him the exact same thing. This is how you handle this situation, right? Because my parents have always been a firm believer of telling the teacher, letting them handle it. But sometimes the teachers don't do shit, yo. Teachers don't be doing a damn thing, and you got to handle that shit yourself, right? You got to handle that shit yourself, and I'm a firm believer of that. Like, hey, yo, look, you start some shit, you better be able to finish some shit, right? If you start some shit, you better be able to finish some shit, like dead ass. If you gonna start some shit, you better have the hands to back it up. First of all, I didn't even know her son had hands like this. I was like, oh, damn, this man a future boxer. Let me chill out on him. He a future boxer the way he beat that boy's ass. Like I said, I'm a firm believer of, depending on what the situation is, right? If it happens on a school bus, yeah, beat that little kid's ass, right? But if it happens, like, let's say it happens in the classroom, I would say, first of all, go to a guardian first, right? Let them know. Now, if they don't do anything, that second time he mess with you, you got every right to beat that boy's ass. Not even close. Like, whoop his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these hands show no discrimination, right? But that's what I would do if I was a kid. My parents was a firm believer of not letting us fight. I did get in a few fights as a child. In school, probably my record's probably about like 3-2 because I lost a few. I won 3, lost 2. A lot of people didn't think I was going to win 3 because I'm tiny. But that's my question for y'all. Where do y'all draw the line at, right? When it comes to kids and school and all that, because nowadays it's so like how safe do you play it, or do you always tell your child to protect themselves? Because nowadays these little kids can just go in their parents' room and get guns and bring it to school, and then next thing you know, you done lost your life. Your kid done lost your life over something stupid. So it's always something to, you know, be mindful of. But I'm also of the mindset of beating these kids' ass so that way they know not to play with you. Because if you just be like, I'm going to tell the teacher, they're going to feel like it's okay to pick on you. Because I don't really trust the education system in regards to keeping, I want to say keeping kids safe, but stopping bullies. Because the bullies just going to keep coming and coming and coming, right? So that's why I feel like at some point, your child needs to learn how to protect themselves. And I know some of my friends, they would be like, hey, you get into a fight, you better not lose. You know what I'm saying? Don't come home unless you won the fight. So I don't know. Each time I fought in school, I got suspended. I would definitely be the one to congratulate my child. Like, hey, you're not in trouble for defending yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you get suspended, here's a day off. Enjoy it. Do whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, my child ain't going to be no punk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody keep on trying you, we going, you know what I'm saying? You going to beat their ass. And if they parents got a problem with it, I'm going to beat the parents' ass. I'm looking right into the camera. I'm going to beat the parents' ass. Like, when I have a kid, don't play with my jit, bro. Like, don't play with my jit. That's not what we about to do. I really feel like my friend handled the situation perfectly, in my honest opinion. Handled it so perfectly. It was more like, hey, like, I'm not about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been disappointed in her. She would have ridiculed her son, because her son didn't do anything. He was minding his business, and the boy came up trying to start a fight, and he got what he asked for. He got his ass beat. That's why you just need to mind your own business, because you don't know what, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had hands like that. I was shocked. I was like, damn. He got hands for real, for real. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, he got some hands on him. But yeah, that'll probably be my first course of action, would be to have them notify the teacher first, then tell me, right? That's gonna be my rule for my kids. If it's at a bus stop, if it's at the bus, hey, if they start some shit with you, beat their ass. If it's at lunch or in the classroom, find an authoritative figure first and tell them first. Now, if they don't do anything after that, right, then you fuck them up. Because in that way, it's like, you tried, they didn't, nobody came to help you. It is what it is. But at least on that first time, you need to make sure that you contact somebody just so you know, like, hey, this is X, Y, and Z. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. That's what I would do. Like I said, my parents growing up, very religious, was solely of the mindset of, you let the teacher handle it. This is why I don't let the teacher handle it, right? One time, I fought my former best friend. We got into a fight. Well, I will say we are best friends now, because I don't really talk to him. My best friend in high school, Hakeem. So we're still like, I would say we're more like associates. We may talk once a year, because he don't have a phone. I don't know how this man don't have a phone, but he don't have a phone. So when we, you know what I'm saying, when we talk, we catch up. So maybe like once a year. And me and him got into a fight over something stupid. I don't even remember what the fuck the fight was. But when we got into the fight, it was in front of a classroom, so a teacher tried to break it up, and he ducked, and I hit the teacher, right? Of course, I got in trouble. That's why I just feel like sometimes teachers need to let them fight. Like, hey, listen, because these kids is bad as fuck nowadays, especially how these kids be out here talking to these teachers like that. Like, nah. You just, like, stay out of it. If I was a teacher, I'm staying out of it. I'm going to let y'all fight, but I'm not about to break it up. I only break it up after it's a clear winner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got to do it. And, you know, like, when I have kids, don't come home and say you lost, because I'm not gonna beat your ass if you lost, but we definitely gonna have to be like, okay, what happened, so we can make sure you win the next one, because ain't no child of mine getting their ass beat. I just don't. Nope. And I'm always gonna tell my kid to defend themselves. Like, I'd rather you defend themselves and deal with the consequences later, but to a certain extent, right? So, to a certain extent, because I'm gonna tell my child, we don't hit women. If I have a boy, if I have a girl, we don't hit we don't hit men. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we don't do. You don't want to aggravate or provoke the opposite sex, right? But if a girl is bullying my daughter, Hey yo, beat her ass, yo. Especially after you gave her that first warning. After that, it's fair game. I ain't even gonna get mad at you. You want to go out and no, let my child get into a fight and they went after, and it's because the other person provoked them. Oh, okay, like where you want to go after? Like, let's talk about it. Where do you want to go after? Because now it's on me. Like I'm saying, it's definitely on me because you did everything you said. You followed the protocol of what I asked you to do, and then the teacher ain't doing anything. And then the second time he wanted to fight, you beat his ass, or you beat her ass. So I'm proud of you. It ain't shit. It's nothing to talk about. It's nothing like, oh, why did you do that? Why didn't you go to no? Fuck all that. Because sometimes the public system don't be giving a damn, especially depending on what school you at. Now, if we had a private school, maybe a little different because they be quick to throw black children out. But them clear folk can stay in there all day. But definitely, I'm telling my kids, hey, if they bully you, if you see, if anybody calls you out your name, male or female, you hit them. If they call you the N-word with the hard R, you hit them. Like, we're not playing that. We not tolerating no disrespect, none of that. You hit them and you beat their ass. It's really just that simple. Hit them and beat their ass. That's all we got to do. We hit them and we beat their ass, and we just deal with the rest later. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what we do. We deal with the rest later. But definitely, like, yeah, nah, my child won't play that. That scenario right there is a perfect scenario of get somebody else to do it. Because old boy was like, you going to keep talking about me? I'm going to beat your ass. Also, parents, right? Does that, you telling your child how to defend themselves, does that have anything to do with how you were raised, right? So I guess because my parents wouldn't let me fight, I'm gonna let my kid fight. I'm gonna let my kids fight in certain instances. Now, I'm not saying they about to be fighting every day, being a nuisance. No, but I'm going to. There's a difference between fighting to fight and fighting to defend yourself. I'm gonna teach my kids to where you fight to defend yourself. We're not fighting just to fight. But if somebody calls you out your name or somebody's doing X, Y, and Z, and you told and you went through the proper channels and they're not doing anything, then you gotta defend yourself and you gotta beat their ass. It's really just that simple. Because at that point, it's like, what I'm not going to do is leave it in the hands of the school and nothing happens, and now my kid is severely hurt, and now I'm out here looking crazy. Oh, Mr. Jackson, calm down. Nah, because my kid came to y'all about it, and we ain't do shit. So the first time my kid says anything to the principal, whoever it was, and I'm going to go up there, my kid is being bullied. Handle this before my kid handles the situation. That's the only warning I'm giving y'all. Nothing more, nothing else. If y'all can't figure that out, the next time that shit happens and my kid fires off on him, not fire like a gun, but beats his ass or whatever, or beat her ass, that's on y'all because y'all should have rectified the situation. And then it's always the person the person who bullies don't get in trouble. It's always the person who responds, always the kids who respond gets in trouble. I don't understand why that is, right? Like, if your kid bullies mine, the kid need to get suspended too, or the kid need to get in trouble too. Like, oh, he retaliated. No, we went to y'all first. Y'all ain't doing anything, and we handled it from there. That's not a me problem. That's a y'all problem, and y'all need to figure that shit out. But yeah, that's gonna be my course of action. Like, that's gonna be my course of action to where, like, we're just like, I'm just gonna make sure that my kid handles it, and I'm gonna make sure my wife is on the same page, or whoever I have kids with. Like, look, this is how I want to raise my kids. Like, if my kid is being bullied, I want them to come to us first and come to the teachers first. But after that first warning, all you get is one warning. We don't get 3 strikes, you out. When it comes to defend yourself, you get one shot, one opportunity to make it right, and after that, I'm whooping your ass. It's just that simple. Your ass is getting whooped. It's not even about to be that close. Like, and my kid, he about to, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to pull them off of you. And I don't condone violence, but I don't condone you just bullying my kid for whatever reason. And also, I'm a firm believer of, if my kid's doing the bully, they deserve to get their ass beat. If you're being the bully and they beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your ass when you get home, because why are you bullying people? And now you got to face the humiliation of the person you bully just whooped your ass. Now you got a double whammy. Live with that shame. I'm all about shaming kids. Live with that fucking shame because you was out here being a bully and you couldn't and you couldn't back that shit up. Like, that's not what we doing, man. Like, that's not what we doing. Get it together, bro. Like, get it together. Like, y'all know better. Like, my kids would know better. So they, especially if they was let a school call upon me and was like, your kid's bullying somebody. Oh, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna tear that ass up. Cause why are you bullying somebody? I ain't teach you that. You know better. Like, what's wrong at home to where you got to bully somebody? Because I feel like that's normally the case. When somebody bullies somebody, it's because there's something going on in the house, so therefore they act out in school. Cool, no issues. And they better not take my kids' lunch money, because now we got a problem. Because now you fucking with the money that I gave them. So now we got another issue on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't playing that. So I don't know, man. Those are just my thoughts. Just a quick little episode, nothing crazy on parents, you know what I'm saying? How do you handle your kid getting into a fight? And when I tell you this was like the first or second day of school he got into a fight, I was like, hey, let that be known that you ain't taking no shit this year, young man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in I want to say he's either in kindergarten or first grade. Like, yeah, let that be known that you ain't taking no shit this year. I'm proud of him. Almost be like, hey, almost told his mama, like, what does he want? Does he want a toy or something? Because I was about to cash app her some money so she can get a toy. Because, hey, man, I was proud. Ain't even my son, but I was proud. I was like, hey, I ain't mad at that one bit. Not at all, man. But, yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all. Y'all can find me, man. Average JTPC. That's the podcast Instagram, man. My bad. Not Average JTPC. Baby Daddy Chronicles Pod. Sorry, getting a podcast messed up. That's the Instagram. If you want to start a podcast, man, www.theaverageshowmedia.com. As you already know,
this is an Average Joe Media production.
As you see, man, come, you know what I'm saying? Come get right with the team, man. Y'all see the video. You see how pristine it is. I got a light in the background. You see it shining on me. I kind of messed up the other one. I think I might have broke the other stand, so I got to go buy one of them. I think I might have broke that. I got a longer cable cord now, so now I can do more. I got to keep my camera on the charger because I got a cheap camera, but it's 4K though, right? And I gotta so now I'm going to be recording more video as I get time. Y'all probably get more solo episodes from me, man. Parents, man, how was your kids' first week or second week of school, depending on where y'all at? I know with the kids going back to school now, like, I got to be more careful. It can't just be, first of all, I got to get up earlier, because let me tell you, I was coming from my girl's house, and boy, that first week of school, oh my gosh, that first day I was in traffic from like 6. I barely got to work on time, and I left the house at 6:30. So I was like, nope, learn my lesson. Got to make sure you leave early with these school zones. And then especially where my parents live at right now, like, they building developments like crazy, so I know that traffic is going to be fucking wild. So be careful in the school zones, people, because I definitely got a ticket for that. Not a fan of that. Hated that shit. And kids, man, have a good year. And parents, right, real quick, and then after that, I'm going to wrap it up. How do y'all prepare for the upcoming school year? Like, do y'all look on the website to see, like, when school starts and school ends, all the breaks or whatever the case is? Or, like, what I'm saying, you're getting your school outfits. Do y'all get that? Do y'all get that over the course of the summer? Y'all try to do everything last minute? How do y'all prepare for y'all kids going back to school? Is it peace and quiet in the house? And why do parents cry when their kids go off to school? Maybe it's because I don't have any kids, but I'd be like, hey, motherfucker, get out this car. Finally, some peace and quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wondered that. Like, parents crying when their kids are going off to school. I just don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have my own, but I don't understand why they cry. Like, you would think as a parent, you finally get some alone time, you'd be the first one to kick them out the door like, hey, little nigga, you got to go. But I could be wrong. I have a few of my friends whose kids are, like, all over the place. One of them is about to graduate. One of them is starting kindergarten. Another one starting first grade, second grade. So it's all over the place. Shit, by the time I have a kid and they start school, shit's crazy. But yeah, man, that's all that I have for y'all today, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Continue to share the pod on Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I'm on iHeartRadio now, so check that out as well. Looking to be on Pandora soon, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I can't do none of this without y'all, man. Tell a friend to tell another friend to share it with a friend. The people that listen to my podcast on Overcast, I appreciate y'all, man, for being consistent. That paid promotion definitely helped a little bit. I may have to do some more of that, man. I'm gonna do some more video. Like I said before, love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Can't do none of this without y'all, man. It's your future favorite baby daddy signing off, man. Peace.